Hello everyone, welcome to your daily card reading for, I'm going to make this for March 29th and 30th. I'm not sure if I did it for the 29th or not, but if I did it was a few days ago, so let's just make this for the 29th and 30th. Yeah, and then I'll post again tomorrow, same time, and then we'll be a day ahead, like I like to be, because Thailand's a day ahead of you guys, so we're on time for Thailand. So, sorry about yesterday's video. Apparently, around 24 minutes it got cut off. And I tried to watch it to see what I said, and I think it basically you could hear it all, although the sound was just really messed up that whole last segment. And for my computer, I have to plug speakers in to hear that, so I'm sorry if that last part got cut off, but what I was just talking about is, you know, with the shedding of the past, which I named after I did the video, it's really about letting go of the life we had to live in the past, the life that we just had to live the way we lived it. And you know, I talk about, you know, people get wounded, and then, you know, they might get overprotective and hurt people, you know, when the ego gets wounded, because they don't know what to do, they don't know how to handle it. You know, then there's the gentle giants, where people are just, you know, maybe afraid and, you know, attack the gentle giant just because they're intimidated or something like that. And then, you know, the whole rebirthing of life and re-identification that Zodi's talking about, and then the concept of kind of riding a wing that has a silver lining to take you somewhere else. And a lot of times, you know, we don't understand why we have the experiences we have. But that experience ends, and then we ride that silver wing to somewhere else. And it might be a good experience, it might be a bad experience. But we have one experience to take us to another experience. And you know, it's almost like necessary stepping stones to unweave ourselves from the entanglements of the world. You know, it's almost like we're all caught, stuck in a web, and we have to unwind and get free so that we can really travel the web and be a part of the web, not be stuck in it. You know, so it's almost like to get into our sense of freedom and live the life we're meant to live. We just have to really be okay with the past and learn from it, and really be okay with you know, be okay with our own experiences and you know, how we have lived our experiences. And you know, I know this is probably the number one thing that the number one theory I have that is that nobody believes in. The number one theory that I have that no one believes in, they just can't wrap their mind around it, is that there is no free will. We think we have free will, but you know, we all have our limitations. We all can only do so much. We all have to play within the parameters of what we can play. And you know, we have to make the choices we make for to satisfy the whole of our situation, the whole of our life. And so, you know, maybe we don't understand why people make the decisions that they make, and maybe other people don't understand us. But if they truly don't understand, you know, we need to really look again and see what that's all about, and also you know, listen to the information and get our egos out of it and really objectively hear what's going on, and you know, put hurts and our wounds aside and our egos aside, and really come to a place of understanding other people and being able to be clear and calm in ourselves to explain ourselves. I know one of our viewers just had an awesome kind of win in this step of the court case she's having, and that ability to be very calm and clear when there's so much intensity and emotions and ego battles being involved, like when there's such intensity, to be able to sit there and clearly speak and lay things out and make them understood and be in a place of calm and peace to put truth forward breaks us free from that web that we get stuck in. So that's what I'm talking about, shedding our past, getting unstuck and being okay with whatever the crazy opponent has to say, It doesn't matter, and we can stay calm with that, and it doesn't. We can sit there from a place of calm and really explain ourselves and help people to understand our position, and then likewise, really to stay calm and hear the messages, even if people can't speak clearly. Really, know the intentions and hear the messages of one another, where we remove our egos and our ego triggers, and we put the value of our focus on resolving the problem and understanding the problem. So, anyway, and then it's that rebirthing of life and coming out of past patterns and past issues and past things that bother us, that trip us up in life, things that stop us from living our life, things that hold us in fear, or things that make us feel imprisoned or oppressed in some way. We need to really objectively look into that and be okay with that, and be clear in that, and then move beyond it. So that's basically what I said yesterday. So, okay, on to today's reading. I'm going to do 1 tree magic Gillian Kemp and 3 chicken cards. Okay, pomegranate tree, number 16, wealth. Complete harmony and the oneness of the universe attracts love in romance, family, and acquaintances. How perfect. Lovely. Wealth. So this is really about wealth of love and wealth of people. And that's the most important thing anyway. It doesn't really matter anything that we go through if we have people who really love and support us and are there for us as we're in troubled times. The only really troublesome time is when we don't have somebody there, and then really it's hard no matter what. Whether we're having big problems or not having big problems, it's hard if we don't have someone there for us. But if we have someone there, everything's great, and we get someone in romance, family, and acquaintances, which is wonderful. So we have friends and family and lovers and partners, and we have this harmony and oneness that is a really high vibration. So this is like wealth of the heart, wealth of the life, and wealth of the relations, which is an awesome card. This poor horse. We just gave away his the owners of this house. We have to get rid of all the animals. So this guy's moving to where I'm going next, but he's somebody else's horse. Anyway, sorry. We might hear him in the background making some kind of sad calling noises. But we're maybe we'll see about getting that horse back. I don't know. I'm really or getting another horse. I don't know. We got to do something. But anyway, we'll figure it out. We have family and friends and people to support this horse. So, okay. And we have movement in the physical world in harmony with others. That's the 6. And then the 1 is, again, that oneness, this oneness of the universe. And how the tensegrity and the kind of the plasticity of the web of life can really shift and change for the greatest good of all, and we can move into a place of wealth and abundance of love, and it really just sets everybody else free. It makes divine order for everybody. When the people who really, really love and care about each other are able to be together, everybody's happy. Even the people who didn't want them to be together are happy, because there's just this kind of sense of rightness and a relief of trying to make things something that they can't ever be, you know? So we're relieved from trying to push in a direction that's never gonna go anywhere. So we're relieved from that stress, and we have this ability to move freely forward, and everybody else is able to as well. So it's a good card. Okay, Kachinas. Forces of nature are working for us. Decisions, there's changes. These two twos. And this is about universe really shaping, guiding, making the decisions for us and creating the life for us. And this is us taking decisive action and doing different steps and taking certain directions that we feel called to. And then we have the Snowflake, which is the unique individual that has unique relations that only that person can have in the way that they have them. And only that person can offer what that person can offer, and only that person is the way that person is. No two people are alike. And if you meet somebody who reminds you of someone else, it's almost like, okay, well, we think about what those small things are that remind us of somebody else, but the grandness of each individual that's so unique. That really, even if somebody really reminds you of somebody, that part that really reminds you of somebody in the grand scheme of this person is really a small part that is reminding you of somebody else. So there is such uniqueness to each person, and there's just, if a person is supposed to have a lock and fit, again, in that almost the matrix of life, in that web of life, if they have a lock and fit somewhere where they really belong, and then, that only they can fulfill that. Only they can do that. Nobody else can. So, it's really about that certain things in life come to certain people. The people develop in certain ways, and they have relationships that cannot be had by anyone else in those ways. And again, I always think of the professor or something that is very wise, and they've, I always think of the anthropology professors because that's my background, but, they've traveled the world and they've specialized in these things, and they've gone to these places, and they have this brilliance in this way, and they are here to offer this knowledge, and they are respected, in light of these things. And that's the individuation, really becoming oneself, living one's purpose, and, coming from that really that place of high intelligence and love and service and devotion to your part in the world, and playing your part in this world with happiness and gratitude and enjoyment, and just really feeling fulfilled by your life with the right connections and in the right line of work, doing the right things, fulfilling your uniqueness in the world. So back to these two twos. We have a lot of things going on with the forces of nature. The forces of nature can also be in people. I see that a lot. I think even though I read chickens, I don't know if I think I said it on an intro one time that it's the most accurate, amazing readings I get from existence. The most complex, important messages I ever get are from people. And people will channel this stuff, and it's just like these bizarre events or encounters of people where I'm just like, whoa, I just totally understood a lot right there, just have been enlightened, by looking at this person's psychology or this person's situation, or by having that interaction or something like that. And then, so there's things that can come through life, and it can come through animals, and it can come through trees falling, or it can come through just forces of nature, the weather, just timing, events, synchronicities, certain elements spontaneously coming together, maybe events that play out there, between people. These things are all moving us all in some direction, and especially with people who act out of their lower animal natures, really become tools for existence and other like kind of nature spirits to get messages through to you. The more, I would say, that the more in your higher mind you are, the more you live in your higher mind, the more the nature spirits are separate from you, and you have a relationship with them, but they're not working through you or coming through you at all. It's like something outside of you, which is really outside of you, but they're not able to. You have a harmonious relationship where they're not like using you for messages or something, like they do with the kind of the lower animal natures. And the messages don't have to be bad; they could be good or whatever. But there's there's messages that come from nature, and so some people act them out, and then some people just know them and can tell you about them, and then there's just a lot of things that happen in life, and then we work from there. So there's always purpose in things, and we don't need to know it all at every moment. We don't need to know the purpose of every single thing that happens all the time, but a lot of times it's understood later that I understand why that had to happen, because if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have been able to clear that up, or we wouldn't have been able to take that step out into that direction, or we wouldn't have had those connections, or we wouldn't, so there's stepping stones. So, and then also there's just things that are going to make sure that you go the way you need to go, or things happen the way they need to happen. So, then we have little spirits. So we are going to be called to make some type of decision at some point, and we'll know it when we need to do it. We'll have that spontaneous understanding, and we might have a plan, but that plan might change, and even if we have a plan, we might be waiting for something to spontaneously give us that nudge, But this is about the spirits that really guide us, and getting that intuitive hit, like, now, or just being on top of things, so that we don't miss a beat or miss our cue. So it's like really taking our cues from the subconscious, and feeling what we need to do, and just really being alert and attentive to both the surroundings around us and things happening in the physical world, and then also the way we feel about that, and our calling to either hold ourselves back for a little bit, or to act, and it's always that either there's no action, which is an action, and then there's action. So this is about really kind of keeping eyes wide open, and all receptors on, so that we know what we need to do when we need to do it, and being on top of the game, on top of the ball, and on top of our own world. So okay, now interesting that all of these cards, these two, it's almost like something's brooding, and we have this number, the 22, two twos, and this is like seeding things and master builder, one step in front of the other, stepping, and then we have the Jack of Fire, which is really like kind of getting your fire going, getting your fire lit, getting your fire burning, and the grounding here is with romance, family, and acquaintances. So this is with wealth, and we can see that with the Snowflake, because this has to do also with the relations that we have. But because of these two cards, with decision making and things being planned, things being orchestrated by nature and the nature spirits in existence, and the higher intelligent forces of intelligence in nature, we have something brooding here, something we're building, something that we're cultivating, something that is coming to birth with the family, romance, and acquaintances, because we are a part of that. We are an ingredient of this. We are an element of this equation. And we have our relations the way we have, and because of our relationships and because of who we are, we have something here that's happening. So and we keep having in the other readings about things coming to birth through through existence, like almost evolution, and through people, combining forces and combining hearts and souls and minds, and so really it's almost through this wealth we have something being born, and then also through these nature spirits, something beyond our perception, something beyond the limits of human intelligence is being born. So this reading is very small. It's like, stay focused. Know that the spirits are working with you, that nature is working with you behind the scenes. Everything that's happening is cultivating or lining things up for something else. And then and we just have to be very alert and aware and attentive to ourselves and our feelings and our intuition, and to the world around us, so that we can take these next steps and go the way we need to go. But again, all of this involves this wealth of family and romance and acquaintances, and this richness of life experiences, this richness of our web of life, our place within the web of life. And so this is really like a launching point, it seems like, this eclipse season, because we are shedding the past, but we're certainly moving forward. We're going somewhere, and we're really fulfilling our higher sense of purpose and our higher sense of self. We're fulfilling our personality. We're fulfilling ourselves in our lives. So yeah, it's a wonderful reading. And again, it says, complete harmony and the oneness of the universe attracts love and romance, family, and acquaintances. Number 16, the pomegranate tree, wealth. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you got everything you needed out of this, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.